Hi everyone, welcome to Art with Miss Lynn. Today we are going to work on a Christmas tree collage. So a collage is a image or picture that is created by assembling different materials together, like paper, different crafts materials. So today we're going to use a few scrap papers. We have our main paper and the background paper, and then glue, scissor that we're going to use, and I have some special metallic markers here for some decorations on the tree. And also, if you have some sequins or like glitter at home, you can try to use these to make your Christmas tree really pop. So let's get started. We are going to start with a simple triangle shape because the Christmas tree is a triangle shape, right? So think about a V. How do you make a triangle, right? So I'm thinking of putting a dot somewhere over here, depending on your background paper, how big you want the tree to be. So my paper is as tall as the background paper, this green pattern. So I'm not gonna make that tree that big, right? So I'm gonna put a dot here and then just draw a deep, long V, like the letter V, from one corner to the other, right? And triangle has three sides, and one of the edges of the paper is already one side, so I don't need to draw the whole thing, just need to draw two. Okay? So let's make a triangle. Cut this out. Then the next step is to glue this down before we add any decoration. So let's put it somewhere in the middle, somewhere higher, somewhere a little bit lower. Up to you, but save a little space at the bottom for presents and toys if you want to add those underneath the tree. Then add some glue in the middle. Make sure the glue doesn't go all the way to the edge, but close enough. So I'm going to put this tree right here, right in the middle. If you don't have pattern paper, we can use the regular green sheet of paper. So I'm gonna cut out the stem, tree trunk, not the stem, my bad. So I don't have brown paper, so I just color in brown on a white paper, and I just need to glue that down. And sometimes it's kind of nice because you can make your own texture. I use color pencil to color brown, and then I just add the tree trunk. See, if you don't glue the edges, it's gonna curl up like that, depending on the paper too. I'm gonna add a little bit more glue. If your paper is thin and light, then mostly your edges might curl up a little bit, so just add a little bit more glue. Now, before I add any other decorations or using the markers, I'm going to make some presents, and these could be simple. Oh, yellow against yellow. Not a very good choice, right? So let's use some other colors that will make the presents really pop. So I'm going to cut out some rectangles, some skinny one, some wide one. How about orange? So rectangle shapes in different sizes. Maybe a light green. If I have already straight corners, then I don't need to draw out the shape. I just use the corner, right? Then that will be half of the work. About some blue color. So let's make a big one. And of course, your presents doesn't have to be rectangle. Some are like oval shapes. Some are like skinny and long, and some are like circles, right? So now I have some of these basic shapes. I'm going to arrange it to glue it down. How would you like to arrange yours? Do you want the presents to be stacking on top of each other? Maybe one in front of another? Overlap. Maybe one is leaning against each other, right? So however you want to arrange it, it's up to you. And then after we glue these down, then we will add some decorations on the tree. Let's glue this down kind of in front of this present. And then we have the green one. Let's make this kind of tilted, leaning against this. There we go. Now sometimes you don't have to add the presents. Maybe you want to add an animal or even some picture of toys at the bottom. You can definitely do that. Maybe there are magazines at home or a newspaper or books that you don't need anymore and it has some pictures of things that you like. Then maybe you can use those. Cut out the pictures and paste it on. So now I have some present. Then I'm going to use my metallic markers. These markers will show up really well on a lot of surfaces. So I'm going to start with some lights. Pretend I have some lights kind of hanging, wrapping around the tree. And try to make it curve. You may want to use straight lines and do stripes. That's up to you. So you can see as I draw with the markers, it really pops out. It's kind of shiny, the color, because it's a metallic pen. You can try different colors. If you have access to this, I highly recommend you use this for some really fun holiday project. Make things really shiny and popping up. Okay. So your decoration could definitely be white outside around the edge of the tree. Let's try this one, the silver. So I am drawing some ornaments here and there, just using basic shapes, circles. But if you want to add stars, you want to draw more different shapes like hearts, feel free to do that. And then on the top, I'm going to use this gold color again for my star. Since I used the yellow background paper, I'm not going to use yellow and cut out the paper for the star. So I'm just going to use this to draw that and add a really bright star on top. Using a little bit of metallic silver. Right, so now I have some small little things. Then I can use more different things that you can find at home. If you have glitter, if you have these little sequins, you can use them. And I highly recommend just adding the glue first before you glue them down. So a few dots. Instead of putting glue on these, because they're very tiny and then it might stick to your hand, so add the glue on the paper and then just gently press them down. Choose different colors, different shapes. This is an all-time favorite with young children because of the shininess and different choices, different color. It's really fun, right? And it makes the project special. Ooh, diamond. So glue first where you want them things to be. Be careful, maybe one dot at a time. So once you put the glue down, you might forget where it is if you put too many dots. Ooh, star. Let's put it down here. Tap, tap, tap. And it will dry by itself later on. So I'm not going to hold my finger down. Just going to leave it and let it dry on its own. Alright. So that's a very simple tree. Now at the bottom, if you have marker, if you have color pencils, you can also add a bit of ribbons to your presents. so then it really looks more like a present instead of just rectangles, right? So a cross and then just like a little loop, like a heart. Maybe your presents have a different kind of wrapping paper, a different pattern on this. Little bow here. Maybe it has polka dots. Or just dots or stripes. So that is another area that you can use your creativity and add more things on top to make this really special looking. Okay, simple and quick. I hope you have fun making yours. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.